Hello everybody, and thank you for tuning into the weekly report. Hey incoming Congress, try these 3 simple tricks for a successful start. Politicians and the media always say that this is the most important election ever, but all too often, once the voting is over and the smoke has cleared, not much changes. The Washington Uniparty takes over and makes sure that status quo is maintained. It doesn't have to be this way. Here are 3 suggestions to get things off to a good start. First, Republican Party leadership must vow to end the massive money spigot opened by the last Congress for Ukraine. By some estimates, some $60 billion have been authorized for Ukraine to fight a proxy war between the U.S. and NATO and Russia. This would be a move strongly supported by the Republican base. A recent Wall Street Journal poll showed that only 37% of Republicans support sending more U.S. aid to Ukraine. Republican Firebrand Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene said recently that under Republicans, not another penny will go to Ukraine. While I am a little skeptical that her party leadership would support such a move, it's clear Republican voters would. Plus, ending this proxy war would carry with it the benefit of reducing the dangerously high possibility of global nuclear war. That's not a bad trade-off. Second, Republicans can signal that they will defund the Department of Homeland Security. At the time the monstrosity was created, I said this on the House floor. The list of dangerous and unconstitutional powers granted to the new Homeland Security Department is lengthy. Warrantless searches, forced vaccinations of whole communities, federal neighborhood snitch programs, federal information databases, and a sinister new information awareness office at the Pentagon that uses military intelligence to spy on domestic citizens are just a few of the troubling aspects of this new legislation. Unfortunately, all of these things came to pass and more. As we recently learned, the DHS has been colluding with social media companies to try and prevent Americans from being able to say or post opinions the government doesn't want others to hear. They promised that a Department of Homeland Security would keep us safer, but there is nothing that makes us less safe than the destruction of our Constitution and our liberties. Finally, the third task an incoming Republican House can take is maybe the easiest. Pass the Audit the Fed bill. 10 years ago, the U.S. House voted in a bipartisan manner to pass my Audit the Fed legislation, only to see it stall in the Senate. There is no reason a broadly supported bill to open the books at the Federal Reserve cannot find its way to President Biden's desk. We all support transparency, right? Inflation is out of control and causing real harm to the American middle class. The Biden administration seems determined to lead us to a potentially life-ending war with Russia. The Department of Homeland Security has turned into a weapon mobilized against the American people and our Constitution. A Republican-controlled House and Senate can actually do something to fix these problems and thus make us more safe and more free. Will they? Thanks for listening.